There are three roads to life. One goes to the left. This one's called the path of the past. There's one going down the center. This is the path of the present. There's one going to the right. That's the path of the future. Let me tell you all of the things that come with each of these paths. The path of the past is where your brain thinks about the past all the time. What does this encompass? This will mean you reminiscing maybe about the good things in your life. All of the things, your accomplishments, for example. Let's say in fifth grade, you were really good at swimming and you won like a medallion. Congratulations. All of your past achievements. But most of the time, it will actually not be that positive. Most of the time, when you're looking back in the past, you're going to be having negative thoughts. And these negative thoughts, the more you think about them, the stronger they become. You're going to be having thoughts like, why did I play that hour of video games 2 days ago? Why did I get angry at that stranger for no reason because they asked me a question? Why didn't I say thank you to the cashier when, for example, I was just not having a good day? All of these questions are rooted in negative thoughts. And these negative thoughts, as I said, the more you think about them, the more they will actually get into your subconscious. And that's not what you want with negative thoughts. This is the path of the past. If you choose to reside in the past, you are not going to have a good life because you are always in the past. You're never there in conversations with people, for example. You're always reminiscing or thinking about something, and at the end of the day, it's not going to serve you well. Of course, it does have its uses. When you have to analyze something, when you have to see what you did wrong, learning from your mistakes, very important stuff, okay? But if you exclusively decide to reside here, your life is going to look pretty sad. The second path that you can go down is the path of the future. The future is always seen as this bright thing, this thing that you can plan for, this thing that has many good things to store, and something you can generally be really successful in. And of course, that is true to some extent. You can look towards the future, make plans, make everything you want in your life, your dreams, your aspirations in the future, you can make them true. Of course, you can. That's the promise of the future. And the more you exist, the more you start moving towards it. Pretty obvious, right? But the future isn't all that bright actually. Let's say you plan everything out for your life. You're going to get married at 27. You're going to settle down at 30. You're going to buy a Bugatti at 33. What happens if your plans go somewhat differently? Are your plans all still going to be relevant? Because planning is important, but if you are exclusively residing in the future, you're always looking for something better. And while it is important that the future is actually seen as something positive, and you don't have these mostly negative thoughts like you do in the past, the future still is not 100% predictable. And if something goes wrong, you've wasted a lot of time, okay? That is the path of the future. And then there is our third path, the path of the present, the road down the middle. What if I told you that the path of the present is by far the best path that you can go down? The path of the present is the only way to enjoy your life. If you live in the past or the future, it doesn't matter which one. You can be living in both interchangeably, okay? You will not be able to enjoy your life. Now, why is that? It's pretty simple. You only exist in the now, unless you can tell me a way that I can live in the past and live in the future. If you can tell me that, of course, then my logic will be broken. But chances are you live in the chances are you live in the present. If you live in the present, why would you not want to enjoy the only way you can like actually live your life? If you are always buried in the moment, if you always appreciate this current moment and just not think about the past, not think about the future, not think about like your dinner tomorrow, getting real anxiety about that, going out with the girl, for example, not like reminiscing about bad things in the past, why not just enjoy your life? Is mindfulness not like the actual like only way to live your life? Because that is the only way. It will cure a lot of like bad overthinking. It will cure bad attention span. It will cure everything you have in your life. If you just reside in the moment, if you can give people your attention, basically the most important like resource that you possess today, that's your attention and your time. Those two things. If you have neither, I'm sorry, bro, but you're gonna be screwed. And the path of the present is going to lead you to a good life. That, of course, doesn't mean that you have to like completely disregard the past, completely disregard the future. That's not what I'm trying to say. You should, as I said, you should learn from your mistakes. You should learn from your shortcomings in the past. You should be able to analyze what went wrong and actually do better the next time. Very important stuff, okay? You should be able to plan for tomorrow. You should be able to set goals that will actually be like they should be like very high, but you should still be in the mindset of hey, I can achieve this. Okay? Those goals are very important. But you can only put them into action if you're actually in the present moment. If you're not, then what are you doing? If you are like constantly dreaming of a better tomorrow and just lying in your bed like this all day, you're not getting anywhere. Okay? And that is why you need the present moment. The present moment is the only way to live your life. Guess what? The best way to actually live your life in the present moment and actually practice coming into the present is meditation. Prayer is also another form of meditation, by the way, so you can do that as well. But in case you're not religious, meditation is the way to go because it actively will bring your mind into a state of mind which is called the present moment. And if you can get into that during the meditation, your everyday life will actually assume that as well. And what does that mean? You will become more present the more you do it. And someday you will be in the present moment for, I'd say, like 80% of the day. Like, sure, you'll have events where you're thinking about the past, have events where you think about the future, either deliberately or they just come along. That's completely okay. Like, no person can live 100% in the present. But you can deliberately try to live as much as you can in the present moment. Because as I said, that's the only way to live your life. If you haven't done this yet, sit down for just 5 minutes, close your eyes, and try to concentrate on nothing. No thoughts in your mind. No thoughts in your mind. Thoughts are the thoughts are the past or the future, never the present. The present doesn't have thoughts. Only these two realms have. This one in the middle doesn't have anything. So if you're experiencing no thoughts, then you're doing something right. And if you do, don't get discouraged. Everybody starts off with a lot of thoughts. Okay, when I started meditating, I was like, yo, I can't concentrate at all. And I still have that till today sometimes. So don't get discouraged. Just keep going. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you could learn something. See ya.